Good morning, class 8 students. This is your poem number 5, Flutters of Thought. Now, in this poem, when the poet is writing some piece, the words seem to escape her when she wants to capture some of the thought. And we are going to find that whether do they hold some magic. This poem has been written by Susan Eckenrode. Now, I wish that I could wrap my words around each fleeting thought that flits and flutters. Now, what is the meaning of flits and flutters? It means to move lightly. A moth that won't be caught. If only it would light a while means wait for a while and rest its restless wings. I would dress the words to weave cocoons to hold such lovely things as poetry and lyrics to the tunes that float through time and touch the heart of all who hear with magic in their rhyme. Now, in this poem, the speaker, she's comparing her thoughts to a moth that flits and flutters, mean flaps and moves swiftly through her mind and is difficult to catch. Obviously, a moth, that insect that flies, it's difficult to catch. And she also wishes that the moth would also rest somewhere and that it would enable her to catch hold of the words, and the words are wrapped around the moth and create beautiful poetry with those words. And she also thinks that if her thoughts were moths, they would be easier to catch. Now, what she would say that I would rest the words to weave cocoons. Now, what are cocoons? Cocoons are woven to keep the larvae safe till they've transformed into butterflies. The speaker says that she would like to collect the words carried by the moths and use them to weave the cocoons that would preserve their poetry and lyrics. And till then, the latter will mature with time and then it would burst forth in all its beauty. And the speaker also used the complex metaphors to talk about her thoughts, words, and poetries. So, over here, it would create some magic in their rhyme. And see, in literature, the writer, they use very descriptive language which has a strong sensory impact upon the reader. And when the poet uses such language, he or she is said to be using imagery. And images in writing also, they can create a sense of light, taste, smell, touch, hearing, or motion. And it also deepen the reader's understanding of the text as well as heighten his or her reading pleasure. Imagery is often used effectively in poetry in the form of metaphors. Similarly, so what do the poems have that they make them magical? What kind of beauty is created in poem? So a painter, for example, a painter, he uses brush and paints to make the images more beautiful, and he puts all his efforts to create the images. And while the poem is a picture of words, so the pictures are created by words, and for us to visualize the images whatever the poet wants to convey. And the rhythm, what does it give? It gives us the feeling of the movement, and the meaning is finally conveyed to the readers what the poet exactly wanted to tell us through his poetry. So this is what all about the poem is, Flutters of Thought.